A very good afternoon to everyone, and thank you for joining us for the 15th fortnightly session organized by Knowledge and Awareness Mapping Platform. I, Arika Mathur, convener of CAMP, will moderate this session today. So today we have with us Dr. Parmanand Burman, scientist CSIR, NISPER, New Delhi, Mr. Ashish Kumar Mittal, project director of CAMP, Mr. Amit Kumar Shukla, head capacity building group, and my fellow campers. I welcome you all. Knowledge and Awareness Mapping Platform is an initiative and knowledge alliance of CSIR NISPER, that is National Institute of Science, Communication and Policy Research, Ministry of Science and Technology with industrial partner, NISA Communications Private Limited, NCPL. CAMP believes every student is blessed with a core talent and aims to bring out the best in them through this platform. So CAMP is back with the 15th fortnightly knowledge sharing session of the year 2022 on the use of social media for learning. Today, we will learn that students can accelerate the development of their creativity, critical thinking, and communication processes in certain ways when they use social media. Social media promotes self-directed learning, which prepares students to search for answers and make decisions independently. The use of social media in education helps students, teachers, and parents to get more useful information to connect with learning groups and other educational systems that make education convenient. So please stay with us till the end of the session to know more and more about the use of social media and how it can help you in a good way. So before we go ahead and invite our special guest here, I would like to inform you the notification of online and offline examination of CAMP NASTA 2022 has been released on our CAMP official website, that is www.camp.res.in. It is my request to all the participants, to all the schools and teachers who are here with us in this session. So kindly go to our website and check the examination dates, and you can propagate it to the students. Also, the sample questions are already live. The PDFs are available on the website in the logins of student and the participating schools. So everybody can go ahead and try those questions and prepare themselves. I'm also very, very glad to inform you all that CAMP recently organized a scientific excursion at Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO, Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, VSSC, Kerala, on November of 16th, where students visited the Space Museum, witnessed the exhibition, the video show, and witnessed full-scale model of Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle PSLV, its heat shield, and the four-stage solid motor of ASLV. They also witnessed the scaled-down models of the launch vehicles PSLV, GSLV, GSLV Mk3, and ATV. Last but not the least, please do not forget to give your feedback at the end of this workshop so that we can keep improving our content. The feedback form will be shared and can be shared in the form of video or in the form of Google form. The chat box will share the link at the end. I really hope that you all will enjoy this session today. And without further ado, I now invite Dr. Parmanand Burman, scientist and science communicator in New Delhi. He is a scientist at CSIR NISPER and working as the associate director, editor of the Indian Journal of Traditional Knowledge and Indian Science Abstract. He also managed dissemination under Swastik, a national initiative by CSIR NISPER to communicate scientifically validated traditional knowledge of India. He obtained PhD from the University of Delhi and completed postdoctoral research at ICAR, NPBGR, New Delhi. He has published 9 articles and about 150 popular science stories and news items. He received the India Science Media Fellowship in 2019. Now I request Dr. Parmanand to kindly address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Am I audible, Arika?
Yes, sir. Perfectly fine.
Thank you for the nice introduction, and I welcome all the students to this interactive session. So, doing the presentation. Okay, is my presentation visible to all of you? So, Arika, this is visible, no? My presentation?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, thank you. So the title of my presentation is Use of Social Media for Learning. And then we have taken Swastik as a case study. So I think a few days, I think almost a month back or something, Dr. Charulata has shared some stories with you on Indian traditional knowledge, a mission of CSR and NISPER named Swastik, where we disseminate content on scientifically validated traditional knowledge. You might have remembered that session. So I'm also associated with that same program. So I manage the dissemination through various social media channels like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. So I'll share some of my experiences. But before starting my session, we thought we can make it a little bit interesting, and then we'll start with a quiz. So can you all open, like all of you are using a mobile or a laptop, right? Can you open this www.menti.com and enter this code? Or you can even scan this QR code and open this link. So type this ID and open this site and then enter this code. So then we'll reach the quiz. Can you open that? I hope at least some of you can open this. Okay. Those with a video, you can give me a thumbs up or something, then I'll get to know that you have opened it. Till then we can know. You share. Okay, I'll just open that one. Okay. So again, we are now, can you see in different screen? We have opened that quiz screen. We can go ahead, right? Okay, many of you have logged in. We can see 75 participants. That's great. Go ahead. Copy. So we are starting the quiz question. So the first question is, do you use social media platforms? If you use, then click on yes, and then if no, then click on no. Can you see that? If you use, then click on yes. If no, then no. Okay, great. Most of you use social media. Click yes. We'll go to the next question. So does your parents monitor, like your parents are checking how you use social media? Do they know? So if yes, then type on yes. If no, then click on no. And then if they check sometimes, then you can click on sometimes. जैसे कि आप लोग फेसबुक यूज कर रहे हो, तो क्या आपके पेरेंट्स देख रहे हैं कि आप लोग क्या यूज कर रहे हो? If yes, then type on, click on yes. If no, on no. ओके, सो सारे अच्छे बच्चे हैं, मतलब पेरेंट्स को दिखा के सोशल मीडिया यूज करें, which is a great thing. Okay, don't get nervous if some of you have missed the quiz. We can share it again, like you can play in your free time, so it's okay. We'll go to the next question. Okay, now we are on the third question. Is there any negative impact of use of social media? क्या social media use करने से कुछ नुकसान होते हैं, ऐसा आपको लगता है? If you think negative impact है, तो you can click on yes. और अगर आपको लगता है negative impact नहीं है, you can click on no. Again, excellent, like so awareness है आप लोगों में, मतलब you people know that there are some issues related to social media. We'll go. So अभी जो दो questions होगा उसमें आप लोग टाइप करेंगे. अभी जैसे आप लोग क्लिक कर रहे थे, अभी कुछ comments होगा, so you will just type कि आप लोगों का जो भी issues हैं. There will be options. हाँ, एक वर्ड में आपको टाइप करना है. जैसे कि हम पूछेंगे आप कौन सा सोशल मीडिया कौन कौन सा यूज करते हैं, तो आप लोग जो भी फेसबुक यूज करते हैं तो फेसबुक टाइप करेंगे, दैट काइंड ऑफ. और कोई कुछ भी प्लेटफॉर्म हो सकता है. सो आप कौन सा सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म यूज करते हैं? यू कैन सी, इसमें एक बॉक्स आ रहे हैं, उसमें आप लोग टाइप कर सकते हैं. स्क्रॉल करें. Did you get a option to type? There might be some technical issue due to incompatibility. In such cases, we can play this later. इसमें ऑप्शन नहीं आ रहा है. Pause. Okay. Okay. Let's go. H. Okay, so now you can see, right, which social media platform you people use. So you were able to enter. Okay. Shall we move to the next one? Okay, so Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, Snapchat, these are the like major ones you people use. और दिस इज द लास्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हिच पर्पस योर पर्पस ऑफ यूजिंग सोशल मीडिया, आप लोग सोशल मीडिया क्यों यूज करते हैं? लर्निंग के लिए, एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए, फॉर मेकिंग फ्रेंड्स? जो भी, whatever the reason, people can type. You can also type on your comment box. If some of you are facing any technical issue, you can, type your answers on the comment box. You could close up page. Okay, so learning, entertainment, making friends. Okay, so learning and entertainment, like आप लोगों का major component है. Shall I stop sharing this, or it will show the result? Okay. एक पैनल खाली साइड पैनल मिनिमाइज किया है ना उसको. Okay, so now you can see my the original presentation screen. So we're done with the quiz, and then we can discuss that later. अगर किसी ने miss किया, it's okay, we can share that quiz and you can play it later. But I mean, I'm very happy with the results. ऐसा लगा कि आप लोगों का awareness level on social media is good. So before starting my presentation, before starting my presentation, I'd like to show you the flow of communication. Science में communication flow कैसे होता है? So if all people know that scientists or researchers, they do research in their labs. So lab में research करते हैं, कुछ उससे information या data generate होता है. Then in the second stage, there are science communicators. जैसे I am now a science communicator. A science communicator क्या करते हैं? वो जो साइंटिस्ट या रिसर्चर जो रिसर्च आउटपुट जनरेट करते हैं लैब्स में, वो लोगों तक, सो दीज आर कॉमन पीपल और यू पीपल, स्टूडेंट्स, ऑल ऑफ अस. सो लाइक दिस साइंस कम्युनिकेटर्स और साइंस जर्नलिस्ट, दे लाइक इन बिटवीन एक्ट. सो बेसिकली जो रिसर्च होता है, सो कैन यू सी दिस इज ए रिसर्च जर्नल. सो रिसर्च के जो आउटकम होता है वो रिसर्च जर्नल में पब्लिश होता है. So these are kind of, so this is one of the journal which I am associated with, like I edit this journal. So research output है research journal में, those are very complicated technical language जो normal लोगों को समझ में नहीं आएगा. Those are difficult to understand. The job of the science communicators are to like make it simple कि जो रिसर्च के आउटकम है वो सबको समझ में आए. तो साइंस कम्युनिकेटर क्या करते हैं? उसको सिंप्लीफाई करते हैं in various formats, like they write stories, they can make a Instagram reel, they can make a short, they can make a videos, they can make a podcast. In different formats, they prepare the content, science-based content, and then they disseminate it to common people. तो आपको ये साइंस कम्युनिकेटर साइंटिस्ट जो बनाते हैं उसको बना के सोशल मीडिया और डिफरेंट प्लेटफॉर्म्स में शेयर करते हैं और वो हमें मिलता है. Even you get science news on newspapers, and then there are popular magazines. Even my institute, NISPER, it publishes various journals and magazines. So this is a very simplification, like this is a very simplified version of the process कि information science में flow कैसे होते हैं. तो टुडे विल सी कि हमें ये जो इंफॉर्मेशन जनरेट हुआ उसके बाद हमें कैसे मिलता है. सो साइंस कम्युनिकेशन को हम लोग #SciComm ऐसे बोलते हैं. नाउ विल गो टू डू सम डिस्कस सम साइंस कम्युनिकेशन. Okay, so why we need to communicate science? हमें science क्यों communicate करना है? तो basically क्या हो, science is poorly understood and this is a one-way conversation. One-way मतलब जैसे अभी मैं बोल रहा हूँ और आप लोग कुछ नहीं, मतलब अभी के लिए नहीं बोल रहे हैं, तो this is a one-way. जब आप लोग कुछ comments में कुछ type करेंगे और आप लोग कुछ question पूछेंगे, that will be a two-way communication. So science is mostly one-way communication because the scientists do research in their labs and then they publish research papers. But for making it more effective, the communication has to be a two-way communication. And then people depend on social media. Social media is a two-way because suppose मैंने Facebook में कुछ share किया, आप नीचे उसके comment लिख सकते हैं, तो that will be a two-way communication, a better communication. So we need social media because those are like very commonly used, and then you get information from social media. We in our community, the scientists and science communicators, we use social media for inreach and outreach. So I can see many like raise hands. So I'll take the questions after the presentation. So that's okay. So InReach is like scientific community, Indian their communities will be discussion karte, that's InReach. And then outreach is today we are like covering outreach. जो scientist या science communicator आप लोगों को जो information देगा, that will be outreach. Social media not only helps the common people, it is effective for scientists also. So scientists also use social media for finding collaborators or influencing the science policies, promoting their work, or finding teaching material, or whenever suppose I'm a scientist and then I am going to use a new technology or a new instrument, and then if I don't know, then I can ask my fellow scientists on social media for help or a discussion on that. This reflects कि इंडिया में जो साइंस हो रहा है, जो साइंटिफिक रिसर्च है, वो सोशल मीडिया में कितना मतलब how much coverage is there. So we can see. So this is a glimpse of a research paper published in a journal called Current Science, famous Indian journal. So this shows that only 28, you can see that highlighted portion, only 28.5% of total research output from India is covered in social media, which is about 18% less than the world average. So like many other countries are doing better than us, like they're covering their research on social media more than us. और यहाँ पे जो social media coverage है research के वो relatively कम है. And then on the top of that, only about 20% people followed a science related account. So social media में बहुत लोग हैं, लेकिन उनके खाली 1/5 जो लोग हैं वही social जो science based content को follow कर रहे हैं. तो साइंस के कवरेज भी कम है इंडिया में, और साइंस के बारे में पढ़ने वाले लोग की रेशियो भी कम है. One more aspect I'd like to highlight is that जो भी science related information है, whatever is the information, we mostly do in English. तो research paper भी English में publish हो रहा है, और जो science communication activities, those are also being done in English. But the majority of our population in India, they cannot speak or write English. Only about 12% of our population can speak and write English. So there is a need that we do communication in our Indian languages also, because for this region only we are in Swastik, we are doing in like 16 Indian languages. We want to do in 22 Indian, we have 22 scheduled languages in India. So we want to do in all Indian languages. So this breaking, so language is a barrier in communication, क्योंकि आपने अगर इंग्लिश में कुछ बोल दिया तो सारे लोगों को वो समझ में नहीं आएगा. There are many people who cannot understand English or they cannot write English. So there is a need to do communication in Hindi or say Gujarati, Marathi, in all these Indian languages. So even our Prime Minister promotes communication in Indian language. Now coming to Swastik. So Charulata ma'am discussed about the Swastik initiative, where we disseminate stories on Indian traditional knowledge. So this is a glimpse of Swastik, and then till now we have covered about 24 stories of different traditional knowledge domains. And then, as I already mentioned, we are doing in 16 Indian languages so that we can reach to more people. We can reach those people who don't understand English, in addition to English. I'm not going to like deep into these stories because ma'am has already discussed many of these stories. We launched various competitions with partnership with the MyGov platform. I think Arika ma'am shared some links with you to participate in this competition. One competition now going on, I think we'll close it on 38th, the Swastik photography contest. So if you know about any architectural marvel in nearby areas, you can just click a photograph and then participate in this contest. We'll close it very soon. So then, like, if you want to participate, then you can like submit your entries by 30th November. These are our social media glimpses. Like Swastik is disseminating content through Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And then we post some videos on YouTube also. We do podcasts. So, those are audio programs. Many of you may know about like podcasts. So you can learn a lot from science podcasts, a lot of information. So I'll play one. Just a glimpse because we don't have that much time. I'll just play a little bit how a podcast is. You will get one idea.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the NISPAR Swastik podcast. Swastik stands for Scientifically Validated Societal Traditional Knowledge of India, an initiative by CSI NISPAR to communicate and disseminate simplified creative contents on traditional knowledge through various digital platforms in English, Hindi, and different regional languages. We, Rahul and Momita, are the hosts for today's session on Metal Mirrors of Adumbula, Kerala. Today, we will be joined later by our special guest, Professor Sharda Srinivasan, who will be giving us insights on the special metal mirrors. Professor Srinivasan is an archaeologist specializing in the scientific study of art, archaeology, archaeometallurgy, and culture. She is a classical Bharatanatyam dancer and has been communicating the intersection of science, arts, and culture through her dance and lectures. She is associated with the National Institute of Advanced Studies in Bengaluru, India. She was awarded the Padma Shri, India's fourth highest civilian award in 2019. She is elected International Honorary Member, American Academy of Arts and Sciences in 2021 in archaeology. She was awarded Indian National Academy of Engineering Women Engineer of the Year in Academia in 2021. Rahul, did you know that mirrors have long been held of fascination in antiquity, with fine examples going back to the Old World and ancient Egypt? Decorated bronze mirrors have been amongst the most prolific of Chinese objects d'art, some known as magic mirrors.
Yes, some of the earliest copper-based mirrors are found from the Indian subcontinent, such as at the Harappan site of Dholavira. Isn't this fascinating? The Dalpanika, or maiden, elegantly gazing into a mirror.
Okay, so we cannot play the whole podcast, but we can share the link with Arika ma'am, and then ma'am can share with you people, and then you can go through the podcast. One more idea is like if you meet some scientists or like some experts in some particular area, you can record these audios through your mobile phone, and then you can easily make podcasts. So this is a very you don't need that much resource, and then you can create interesting content through this media, and then this is effective for science communication. coming back to your areas, like this is a glimpse of social media for kids. So that's the YouTube kid version, and then this is a glimpse from a newspaper. So basically, there are many social media platforms for kids, and then people are just creating it and launching it. So this is beyond the scope of this lecture to discuss individual platforms. So we won't discuss those, but we'll discuss some like what you can learn or what precautions you should take. So those kinds of areas we would cover. So all of us, like, we started with a quiz, and then we saw that most of you people are using social media, and that's the world scenario. So I'm showing a case study of which was done in US. So they did a survey among 593 middle school students, and then they found that 17% students, they were using social media at the age of 9. I mean, which is not that great, because that's not the age to use all social media platforms. And then 40% of them, they accepted friend requests from unknown people, which might again be very risky. And then 40% reported that their parents did not monitor. तो अभी हमने एक क्वेश्चन पूछा था ना कि आप लोगों के पेरेंट्स मॉनिटर, आप लोगों ने बोला था कि मॉनिटर करते हैं, which is great, मॉनिटर करना भी चाहिए. तो in that case 40% बच्चों का मतलब पेरेंट्स को they were not monitoring what the kids were doing. One more thing is during COVID time में सब कुछ ऑनलाइन शिफ्ट हो गया था. We all were, like, आप लोगों के स्कूल्स शायद ऑनलाइन हो रहे थे. I think I was told that स्कूल्स के मटेरियल्स के लिए आप लोग व्हाट्सएप यूज करते थे. मतलब all the students I think were using social media. तो सोशल मीडिया का यूज ऑलरेडी बहुत ज्यादा है, लेकिन कोविड टाइम्स में वो और भी ज्यादा हो गया है. एंड एक लेवल से ज्यादा होना is alarming, because this is like health complications and many other issues which we'll discuss. So this is one Indian scenario. This is again a glimpse. There are many studies, and then I cannot discuss all the studies. So I saw this report, Hindustan Times. So I think they studied in Mumbai, and then they found that about 90%, children, they are using social media, and the national average is 81%. So 81% people use social media. Again here, about 53% of those which they included in their study, those were under 12 years. Many of the social media platforms like Facebook and all, they don't allow you on social media if you are not 13. I mean 13 से ज़्यादा को ही यूज वो करते हैं, लेकिन many people 13 के नीचे कम एज के लोग हैं, but children हैं, but they are using social media. Probably they are hiding their age or identity. I don't know. The next point is let's discuss, which is even more risky. 54% people, they said that they don't mind meeting an online, like people whom they just know through online, which is not that great. And then 77% children ने photo publish कर दिया social media में. And then basically these are some statistics and which shows that सारे आइडेंटिटीज, जैसे आपके स्कूल का नाम, आपकी डेट ऑफ बर्थ, आपकी फोन नंबर, एंड देन एवरीथिंग आप लोगों ने सोशल मीडिया में रिवील किया है, व्हिच इज नॉट गुड. सो दैट्स वन रिस्क फैक्टर. एंड देन वो भी है कि अबाउट 24% स्टूडेंट्स को अलग अलग मोड से हरास किया गया सोशल मीडिया यूज करने के बाद. एंड देन उल्टा भी हुआ कि चिल्ड्रंस, मतलब अबाउट 57% children, they were bullying others on social media. So all these statistics are really alarming. So हमने global scenario देखा, जो मतलब US के एक study देखा एक इंडिया में. In both the cases, children are very मतलब 9 years or something like of that group, they are using social media very commonly, and then they are not taking the safety measures. So अभी हम कुछ प्लस एंड माइनस देखते हैं सोशल मीडिया यूज का. सो व्हाई स्टूडेंट्स विल यूज सोशल मीडिया? सो पीपल यूज इट फॉर लर्निंग, राइट? सो स्कूल से कुछ शायद आप लोगों का स्टडी मटेरियल आता होगा व्हाट्सएप में, कुछ अदर सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स में. मुझे पता है ऑल द चिल्ड्रन दे यूज यूट्यूब फॉर लर्निंग. सो सोशल मीडिया लर्निंग के लिए यूज हो सकता है. सोशल मीडिया, यू कैन कोलैबोरेट विद डिफरेंट पीपल थ्रू सोशल मीडिया. You can discuss, because as we already mentioned, that social media is a two-way communication. You can type something, you can type a problem, then other people will give a solution to that. So it will lead to a discussion, and then you can learn a lot. So maybe even Twitter and all I use for discussion. So many times हमें कुछ पता नहीं होता, तो we just ask questions, and then other experts, they suggest us what to do. Then instant access to reliable information. आप मान लो कोई अच्छा डिस्कवरी, जैसे कोविड की वैक्सीन आ गया था, और वो इंफॉर्मेशन आपके टेक्स्ट बुक तक जाने के लिए शायद सालों लग जाते, 2-3 साल में भी नहीं आता शायद, लेकिन सोशल मीडिया के थ्रू आपको इंस्टेंटली पता चल गया. तो दैट्स इंस्टेंट एक्सेस जो है वो सोशल मीडिया ही आपको दे सकता है. एनहेंस क्रिएटिविटी एंड वो स्किल्स हमने देखा, मतलब और आप लोग जो भी सोशल मीडिया यूज करते हो उसमें लोग इन्फोग्राफिक, जैसे अभी मैंने एक पॉडकास्ट दिखाया, तो ऑडियो विजुअल कंटेंट, वेरियस इन्फोग्राफिक्स, सो फॉर मेकिंग ऑल दोज यू यूज वेरियस टूल्स. सो आज की जो प्रेजेंटेशन है उसके एंड में हम कुछ टूल्स भी एक ग्लिम्स देंगे आप लोगों को, आप लोग कैसे यूज कर सकते हैं. तो सोशल मीडिया ये सब क्रिएटिविटी इंक्रीज करते हैं. एंड देन घर में बैठ के यू गेट ए ग्लोबल एक्सपोजर, पूरे वर्ल्ड में क्या हो रहा है, यू गेट ए ग्लिम्स ऑफ दैट. सो ऑल दीज आर पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट्स ऑफ सोशल मीडिया, बट देयर आर नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट्स आल्सो. सो एवरीबडी, सबको लगता है कि सोशल मीडिया बहुत प्राइवेट है. आप घर में बैठ के अपने सिस्टम में सोशल मीडिया यूज कर रहे हो और आपको लग रहा है कि बहुत प्राइवेसी है. बट इफ यू एग्जामिन इट ब्रॉडली, तो सोशल मीडिया में कुछ भी प्राइवेसी नहीं है, क्योंकि अभी हमने देखा कि कैसे स्टूडेंट्स ने अपने सारे इंफॉर्मेशन, आपके नाम, फोटोग्राफ, मोबाइल, ईमेल एड्रेस, एवरीथिंग यू पीपल आर रिवीलिंग. सो लैक ऑफ प्राइवेसी. इनएप्रोप्रिएट कंटेंट, क्योंकि कोई भी सोशल मीडिया में कुछ भी पोस्ट कर सकते हैं, तो देयर आर so you people go through content which you people should not go through at this age. So that's one issue. आप लोग के पेरेंट्स के कॉमन कंप्लेन होगा कि आप लोग मोबाइल में काफी टाइम वेस्ट करते हैं, डिस्ट्रैक्शंस. मतलब आप लोग कुछ लर्निंग के लिए कोई सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स खोल लिया, मान लीजिए यूट्यूब में आपको 5 मिनट का कुछ सीखना था, और उसके बाद आप लोग गाना या वीडियोस मतलब देख के मतलब टाइम वेस्ट हो जाता है. सबका ही होता है, मुझे पता है. अगर आप लोग मना करेंगे तो भी I mean most of the people. So that distraction जो स्टडीज में या सारे कंस्ट्रक्टिव काम में उससे इम्पेक्ट होता है. हैकिंग के बारे में आप लोगों को पता ही है, और हमने देखा कैसे बुलिंग और स्टॉकर्स, एक स्टेटिस्टिक्स में हमने देखा था कैसे मेजॉरिटी ऑफ चिल्ड्रन में प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है. नेगेटिविटी, अब्यूज, मतलब बहुत बड़ी नेगेटिव कमेंट्स आ जाता है, और and all these can affect your mood, your self esteem, behavior. जो आप लोगों का मेंटल हेल्थ है, मान लीजिए अपने बहुत इससे अपना एक फोटोग्राफ मतलब अपलोड किया, और उसके नीचे या आपने कोई असाइनमेंट्स डाला और उसके नीचे कुछ नेगेटिव कमेंट्स आ रहा है, शायद इस एज में आप लोगों के लिए वो लेना मुश्किल होगा, क्रिटिसिज्म. तो हम ऑल ऑफ अस वी वांट कि हमें लोग प्रेज करें, हम क्रिटिसिज्म इतना नहीं ले पाते, और आई थिंक बच्चों के लिए और ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम होता है. तो ट्रोल्स एंड ऑल दोज on social media, which might be very difficult for you to face at this age, and then those might break your self esteem. So these are again मतलब negative impact बहुत ज्यादा है, और आप सबको पता है. जो क्विज में मैंने देखा कि आज के जितने भी participants है, almost most of you people know that there are negative impacts. So this is glimpse of negative impacts. इससे भी बहुत कुछ है. ये यूनिसेफ का एक स्टैटिस्टिक्स है. सो एक ये भी है कि सोशल मीडिया मतलब फेसबुक में जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन है, इंस्टाग्राम में जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन है, सारे इंफॉर्मेशन, ऑल द इंफॉर्मेशन आर नॉट करेक्ट. आई थिंक दिस आल्सो यू पीपल नो, बट मेनी पीपल डोंट नो. सबको किसी को लगता है कि सोशल मीडिया में जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन है वो सारा सही है, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है. It's full of misinformation, disinformation. So this is a glimpse कि कितना सोशल मीडिया में तो कुछ जैसे पैरोडी या ऐसा होता है जो लेस हार्मफुल होता है, लेकिन कुछ मैनिपुलेटेड या फैब्रिकेटेड कंटेंट होता है जो बहुत ज्यादा हार्मफुल होता है. तो you should be very careful and don't trust the content without verification social media ki. And then coming specifically to children and misinformation. So children are active users, but they don't have that cognitive or emotional capacity. जो अभी मैंने बोला था, एक adult जो होते हैं, आपके teacher है या आपके parent है, वो आपसे बहुत आसानी से जो reliable and unreliable information है उसको शायद distinguish कर पाएंगे. आपकी age में, I mean, you people are very smart, I know, but sometimes it's very difficult क्योंकि जो fabricated content है उसको इतने अच्छे से present किया जाता है कि हमें लगता है कि those are correct information. So that's one problem with children, that they may not be able to distinguish which is reliable and which is not reliable. Secondly, ये भी है कि children को भी, मान लीजिए आपको YouTube में viral होना है और बहुत children भी कभी-कभी misinformation खुद से spread करते हैं. So you make some video with wrong information. So this is again one UNICEF study where they showed कि children also act as creators of misinformation, and then they act as spreaders. So suppose आपको एक गलत information मिला, एक misinformation मिला और अपनी क्लास में आके अपनी सारे classmates को बता दिया, so you are like contributing to spreading of that misinformation. So that also happened. But एक plus ये भी है कि children can challenge and debunk misinformation. So कोई misinformation आपको दिखता है तो आप उसको point out भी कर सकते हैं. So positively भी आप contribute कर सकते हैं to solve this problem. So we saw कि social media use करने से क्या क्या problem हो सकते हैं. So some precautions which you can use while using social media. आप लोग कैसे use करेंगे social media को? तो awareness of on impact, social media का impact क्या हो सकता है वो आपको पता होना चाहिए. जैसे अभी मैंने कुछ informations दिया है, इससे ज़्यादा भी है, तो you should know कि क्या क्या misinformation हो सकता है, कैसे कितना information reveal करना चाहिए, नहीं करना चाहिए. That awareness is very important. Then guidelines from school, आपके स्कूल से कुछ guideline होंगे, regulatory कुछ guideline है और government से भी guidelines होते हैं, तो आपको उन guidelines के बारे में पता होना चाहिए. जैसे अगर Facebook is saying कि you cannot join Facebook up to some certain age limit, then you cannot join that social media platform. Monitoring by teachers and parents. तो आप जो भी social media use करते हैं उनको एक तो टीचर या पेरेंट्स से शेयर करना है या उनके प्रेजेंस में या उनके नॉलेज में. आप कुछ भी खुद से एक्सप्लोर करके कल को हैकिंग हो जाए या कुछ और साइबर क्राइम ना हो जाए आपके साथ. सो यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल ऑन दैट. सो take suggestion from your teachers or parents before using social media, and don't like hide in your activities from your parents and your teachers. You might land on various troubles, like आपको लगेगा ही नहीं कोई आपके फ्रेंड है और वो आपको किस तरीके से, मतलब अननोन जो आप लोग फ्रेंड रिक्वेस्ट एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं और सारा इंफॉर्मेशन शेयर करते हैं उससे. देन टाइम मैनेजमेंट. हमने देखा कैसे सोशल मीडिया में, जैसे आपका प्लान था कि आप 10 मिनट के लिए यूट्यूब यूज करेंगे और आपने 5 घंटा मान लीजिए यूट्यूब का वीडियो देख लिया, तो आपके स्टडीज कितना मतलब इम्पेक्ट होगा उससे. सो एक डेली आप लोगों का प्लान होना चाहिए अगर सोशल मीडिया यूज होते हैं कि टाइम बहुत ज्यादा उससे वेस्ट ना हो. एंड देन आई नो जो चाइल्डहुड है वो एंजॉय करना बहुत जरूरी है. आई थिंक लाइफ का सबसे बेस्ट टाइम वही होता है. तो आप लोग एंटरटेनमेंट करें लेकिन उसको लर्निंग के साथ बैलेंस करें कि पूरे दिन एंटरटेनमेंट ना हो और लर्निंग हो. तो दैट एक रूटीन जो होता है ना वो आपको फॉलो करना चाहिए. अगेन जो पेरेंट्स के साथ कंसल्ट करके कि थोड़ा सा एंजॉयमेंट मतलब पूरा अपना चाइल्डहुड आप लोग एंजॉय करें लेकिन लर्निंग प्रॉपर होना चाहिए, उसके कॉस्ट में एंटरटेनमेंट नहीं. सो आई जस्ट गिव वन ग्लिम्स. सो ये एक हमारा मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर्स का precautionary measures है, क्या क्या लेना चाहिए. So again I can share this information with Arika ma'am, then ma'am can share with you people, then you can go through कि क्या क्या precautions लेना चाहिए for using social media. So use strong passwords, do not download third party applications. So बहुत बारी होता है ना, हम मोबाइल में कुछ भी ऐप डाउनलोड कर लेते हैं और वो हमसे सारा इंफॉर्मेशन मांग लेते हैं वो लोड करने के लिए, तो विदाउट पेरेंट्स परमिशंस और दोस्त, सो ये सब आपको नहीं करना चाहिए क्योंकि आपके इंफॉर्मेशन कहाँ जा रहे हैं आपको नहीं पता. Do report if if you see some post with offensive content. तो साइबर जो क्राइम है, साइबर क्राइम रिपोर्ट करने के लिए इंडियन गवर्नमेंट का स्पेसिफिक पोर्टल है जहाँ पे रिपोर्ट किया जा सकता है. मतलब आप लोगों को डायरेक्ट नहीं करना है, बट ऐसा कुछ हुआ आपके साथ तो आपको आपके पेरेंट्स को या टीचर्स को बताना है. And those can be reported, and then if timely reported, many of those can be addressed also. And then don't share unverified posts. जो अभी मैंने बोला ना, मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन और डिस इन्फॉर्मेशन जो है वो चिल्ड्रेन भी बहुत स्प्रेड करते हैं. तो आपको कोई गलत इन्फॉर्मेशन मिल गया फेसबुक में या कहीं ट्विटर में, तो आपको वो स्प्रेड नहीं करना है. मतलब कोई भी इन्फॉर्मेशन मिला तो आप उसको टीचर को दिखा के या अपने पेरेंट्स को दिखा के एक बार वेरीफाई करें कि इज दैट ए करेक्ट इन्फॉर्मेशन. बिकॉज मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन स्प्रेड करने से वो मतलब वो वायरल हो जाता है और पूरे सोसाइटी को इम्पेक्ट करते हैं. तो डोंट शेयर दोज अनवेरीफाइड कंटेंट. तो व्हाट्सएप में बहुत होता है ना आजकल ऐसे, मतलब लोग बातों बातों में बोलते हैं ना कि व्हाट्सएप यूनिवर्सिटी है जिसमें बहुत सारे रॉन्ग इन्फॉर्मेशन सर्कुलेट होता है. लोग आपके पास कोई पोस्ट आता है और आप सबको व्हाट्सएप कर देते हैं बिना वेरिफिकेशन के. तो वैसा नहीं होना चाहिए. सो मैं जो बोल रहा था, ये साइबर क्राइम रिपोर्टिंग पोर्टल है ये, जिसमें अगर कोई क्राइम हो तो रिपोर्ट किया जा सकता है. अगेन दीज आर फॉर योर पेरेंट्स, नॉट फॉर यू पीपल. सो अगर ऐसा कुछ हो तो we have this, and then this portal has various tutorials and awareness materials also which you people can go through. So I'll end the presentation with little bit of tutorial. So पहले आपने देखा जो मैंने एक पॉडकास्ट प्ले किया था, उसमें आप अपने मोबाइल से ऑडियो रिकॉर्ड करके भी पॉडकास्ट बना सकते हैं इजीली, मतलब एडिट करके. दैट्स नॉट वेरी डिफिकल्ट. दिस इज वन टूल फॉर मेकिंग इलस्ट्रेशंस, मतलब जो अट्रैक्टिव पोस्टर्स कैसे बनाएंगे, दैट विल शो यू. ये एक पोर्टल है कैनवा. आई थिंक आप लोगों में से बहुत सारे बच्चे कैनवा यूज करते होंगे ऑलरेडी आपके पोस्टर्स बनाने के लिए. तो ये पोस्टर्स सोशल मीडिया में भी जाते हैं. तो हम जो स्वास्तिक कंटेंट आप लोगों को दिखाया था, तो हम उनमें से कुछ कंटेंट कैनवा में बनाते हैं. सो कैनवा में पोस्टर बनाने के लिए, इंफोग्राफिक बनाने के लिए आपको कुछ एलिमेंट्स यूज करना है, आपको कलर्स यूज करना है और टेक्स्ट. So this is one poster about Aranmula metal mirrors, which probably ma'am discussed. So ये poster हमने कैसे बनाया था, that we can show you. This is a poster of our swastik initiative. So this is a mirror. So कुछ mirror जो traditional glass mirror होते हैं, and these are metal mirrors. ये mirror पूरा metal से copper and tin का एक alloy है, उससे बना हुआ है. तो we'll show you how we created this infographic. So you can open Canva like this. The next slide. सो ये कैनवा में ओपन है. अभी हम कुछ एलिमेंट सिलेक्ट कर रहे हैं. ये पोस्टर कैसे बना वो हम आप लोगों को दिखा रहे हैं. कैनवा एक फ्री टूल है. आप लोग ऐसे उसमें एक अकाउंट बना के क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी कि सोशल मीडिया आप लोग यूज करें, लेकिन अपने और भी प्रोजेक्ट्स या जो भी है कुछ इन्फोग्राफिक अपने लिए पोस्टर बनाने के लिए इस टूल को इजीली यूज कर सकते हैं. तो फर्स्ट डिजाइन में नॉट बी वेरी गुड, बट अगर बार बार आप लोग यूज करेंगे तो आप लोग अच्छा डिजाइन बना लेंगे. हमने कुछ ब्लॉक्स लिया, फिर जो हमें ये मेटल मिरर का इमेज चाहिए था, we uploaded those image on Canva, and then अभी हमने उसको स्क्रॉल करके इन बॉक्स में ले लिया. You can adjust size and all. And these are editables. आप multiple times उसको edit करके अपने हिसाब से you can modify, like Word में जैसे होता है या PowerPoint slides में. So these are logos. आपके स्कूल के logos होंगे ना, जैसे आप कुछ भी स्कूल के कंटेंट बनाते हैं उसके लोगो डालते हैं, तो हम लोग जैसे हम निस्पर से है तो हमने निस्पर का, या हम CSIR से है तो CSIR का लोगो यूज करें। एंड देन एट द एंड दीज आर वर्ड्स, और वर्ड के लिए आपके स्लाइड में जो भी फॉन्ट अच्छा लगे उस हिसाब से फॉन्ट, एनी फॉन्ट यू कैन यूज, एंड देन यू कैन प्ले विथ कलर्स। ओके, सो बन गया हमारा इन्फोग्राफिक। सो देखा, हम आप लोगों को एक स्लाइड दिखाया, फिर हमने दिखाया कैसे बन जाता है। सो इफ यू आर यूजिंग Canva, great, and then if you are not using, then you can try Canva and make various posters. You can make attractive posters. So हमने सोशल मीडिया के लिए बनाया था इसको, हमने इसके बाद ट्विटर, फेसबुक ये सब में शेयर किया। अगर आपको सोशल मीडिया आप लोग यूज नहीं भी करते हैं तो और किसी प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए या जो कोई कंपटीशन, ये सब के लिए आप लोग यूज कर सकते हैं। ये हमारा एंड प्रोडक्ट है, तो बहुत इजीली बन गया 2 मिनट में। अभी लेट्स डिस्कस सम रील्स। सो आजकल रील जो 1 मिनट का वीडियो है, जो अगर किसी ने इंस्टाग्राम खोला है आपको पता होगा, रील्स बहुत चल रहा है, या शॉर्ट्स। सो हम स्वस्तिक में भी रील्स बनाते हैं। सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द स्वस्तिक रील। योगा एंड मेडिटेशन में हम लोगों ने एक रील बनाया था। ठीक है, आप लोगों ने ये रील देखा। अभी हम देखते हैं ये रील बनाते कैसे हैं। तो रील बनाने के लिए हम लोग 2 प्लेटफॉर्म यूज करते हैं, कैनवा एंड देन जो होता है आउटपुट हम उसको वीडियो पैड में एडिट करते हैं। कैनवा का यूज अभी हमने, आप लोगों ने देखा ही था इन्फोग्राफिक बनाने के लिए। तो वी कैन मेक इन्फोग्राफिक्स ऑल्सो, एंड देन वी कैन मेक वीडियोज ऑल्सो ऑन कैनवा। So we make videos, then we do a little bit of editing on VideoPad. VideoPad is also a free platform, and then you can download and use that. जब अगर VideoPad यूज करने के लिए ऐसे स्क्रीन आएगा और उसमें डाउनलोड द फ्री वर्जन करके एक ऑप्शन है, वहां से आप लोगों को VideoPad मिल जाएगा, दिस वन। I mean, हम लोग और भी बहुत कुछ टूल यूज करते हैं, लेकिन आप लोगों के लिए बहुत सिंपल हो, मैंने पूरा प्रेजेंटेशन में जो एकदम सिंपलेस्ट है वो रखा है। वी कैन डू एन एडवांसेशन लेटर, बट अभी के लिए आप लोग ये प्लेटफॉर्म से यू कैन स्टार्ट लर्निंग। सो दिस इज हाउ वी मेक वीडियोज। सो ये देखिए कैनवा प्लेटफॉर्म में we are starting to make that. So options available होता है, वहां से आपको जो भी चाहिए उसमें select करके you can edit and then enter your text. You can add elements according to your need. Reels के 1 मिनट के लेंथ होता है, तो वो सेट करके like you can select your designs. बना लेने के बाद उसको डाउनलोड करते हैं और वीडियो पैड में we edit those like audio and all those other aspects, like we finalize the video using this platform. सो आई थिंक दोनों प्लेटफॉर्म्स को आप लोग डाउनलोड करके या लॉगिन्स करके थोड़ा सा प्ले करेंगे. द फर्स्ट आउटकम मे नॉट बी वेरी गुड, बट लाइक 3-4 बार ट्राई करने से यू कैन मेक वेरी गुड कंटेंट. Okay. So and this is our channel Nishpa Swastik, where we post our content. You can this social media is very kind of complicated topic, because it is an issue ki children, whether students should use social media or not. I don't have any answer. There are age limit of 13 years for many platforms, but we know many students of 9 years, 10 years, 11 years, they are also using the social media platforms, which ideally they should not use. Then probably in India, there is one more debate, is that whether, students below 18 years or should use social media or not. There are another, because रूल के हिसाब से शायद उनको भी चिल्ड्रन, मतलब आइडियली शायद वो लोग यूज नहीं कर सकते, बट आई एम नॉट वेरी श्योर ऑन दोज लीगल मैटर्स. तो मैं आपको डायरेक्टली कोई सोशल मीडिया यूज करने का एडवाइस नहीं दे सकता, बट अगर आप लोग सोशल मीडिया यूज कर रहे हैं तो किस टाइप के प्रॉब्लम्स हो सकते हैं, कौन सा कंटेंट आप लोग यूज कर सकते हैं. वी डिस्कस ऑल दोज. Because of this age limit and all, there were some issues to कि ये particular platform use कर सकते हो, that I cannot suggest you. But secondly, जो already मैंने mention किया है कि parents और teacher के knowledge में रख के ही use होना चाहिए. अगर use हो भी रहा है तो be very careful, and then be responsible students, and share everything with your teachers and parents, and then do kind of use tools, but you should balance with your studies. And then in addition to learning, you can contribute to society also. And for contributing, मैंने थोड़ा सा glimpse दिया, आप लोग infographic कैसे बना सकते हैं, आप लोग reels कैसे बना सकते हैं, आप लोग podcast कैसे बना सकते हैं. So this was the presentation. I think we can take some questions. So let's stop sharing. Yeah. Arika, are you in?
I'm here, sir. I'm here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we have some those which we can type. So I'm sharing some. ये तो नहीं चाहिए ना, ये किसका, ये भी नहीं चाहिए. तो साइबर क्राइम पोर्टल है, उसका लिंक ये है, मैंने चैट बॉक्स में टाइप किया है. एंड देन कैनवा तो आप लोगों को मिल जाएगा. ये जो वीडियो पैड टूल है उसका लिंक भी मैं दे रहा हूँ यहाँ पे टाइप बॉक्स में. Okay. So maybe we can take 2 or 3 questions, or if there are any question, or if not at this moment, we can also discuss.
No, sir. There are questions. I can see some
Okay.
hands that are already raised. So I'll give them the access to unmute, and they can ask their questions.
Sure.
Mishti, you want to ask something? Mishti Parikh. Vaibhav Lakshmi.
No, ma'am.
Oh. If I can see your hand also raised, do you want to ask anything? think he can't unmute. Pranav, can you unmute?
Ma'am, good evening, team camp. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Good evening, team camp. I'm Pranav. I'm studying nearby the public school. This is a national level program, but everyone knows English, so that could you tell them to converse in English each and every statement, ma'am?
Pranav, thank you for this suggestion. But since we have, as sir also mentioned that we are living in a very diversified, country, and we have diversified audiences. Since that's, we have to cater each and every, student who have joined us. So that is the reason we use multilingual language to present our sessions here. So, but then Pranav, I think I'll take this as a feedback and a positive feedback, and we'll try that, we'll share the presentation shared by sir today, so that you can go through that entire presentation. And of course, the recording of this workshop is also available on your login and in our social media handle like Facebook. You can always go back and you can see what all beautiful things were covered in this workshop today. So thank you, Pranav.
So adding on a little bit of to what Pranav said, as ma'am mentioned, that India is very diversified current. So I had lots of problem in speaking Hindi because I belong to Northeast. So mujhe Hindi aata hi nahi tha, but then so like this language issue, no, as I mentioned, only 10% people are comfortable in English. So if you have to convey your information to those 90% people, you will have to use some Indian language, because our aim is to give the correct information to those. One more problem is that this 10% people who are comfortable in English, they're already kind of aware. I mean, they have that information, but that 90% people who probably they need the information more. So this is our like duty also. Like all of us can like speak in English, but all of us, like I know Assamese, probably one more language or something. So when you do communication, then you should use one more language in whichever you are, if you are comfortable, then it will create more impact. So equality in the society is very important, and then the people who really need those information, and they should get that information. So when I came to Delhi, I learned Hindi. Like I came here like 10 years back. So before that I was studying in Shillong, and then in Shillong nobody was using Hindi. So in first 1 or 2 years my Hindi was very poor, and then gradually, and now all the time I speak in Hindi because mostly people here are using. So that's another way to communicate, because we are communicators. And then if language is the barrier, who will listen to us? Agar unko hamara language samajh mein nahi aa raha, then they won't talk to us, then we won't be able to communicate. So because of that, our national mission, so Swastik is a national mission, and then our goal is to communicate in all 22 language. So mostly I think whenever you speak, that's all like majority of people, they speak in English, the main things, and then some lines they kind of, so it becomes a mixture. So we like speak in English, then to engage more people, we use some Hindi and those ways. So these are, I think, some aspects of communication.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
I'd
like to get some questions on social media, like are you people using social, or like what about today's discussion? Are you people following these precautions or not? Or what is taught by your school, your parents? So those kinds of relevant, very relevant questions, if any.
Gurman, you want to ask something? Your voice is not audible, Pita. No, we can't still hear you.
I think there is some question on the chat box also. Some of them faced some problem with video pad.
I think there's some issue. Bhavika, you want to ask something? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I wanted to add that as sir said that we don't need to
use social media much. So, ma'am, for learning purpose, can we use social media?
Yeah. Hi, Bhavika. You can use probably, but you should know about the regulations of that particular social media, whether you are eligible to use that social media or not. Yeah, and use it with consultation with your parents and your teachers, and use all the safety precautionary measures. Don't share your personal information. So those you should be careful. Use it for learning with all the precautions. That is what you should do. And don't use it for a whole day. Like you need to study also, so balance it.
Okay, sir.
Karmavati, you want to ask something?
Good evening, Team Camp. This is Bhumika. Actually, that's my mother name. I want to ask that sir said that like social media is affecting our life very much. We use it for learning purpose too, and for we get addicted to it when we use it. Like we said, let's watch it for 5 minutes, then 10, then 1 hour. Then actually, social media is good or bad? Like we should use it or not?
I think a single word answer, good or bad, will be very difficult. That's why I have discussed the good also and then bad also. So it's up to you to balance. I think at this age, at this digital age, you cannot run away from social media. So if that is the case, then you have to be very cautious. You need to balance everything and you have to be careful.
Okay, sir. Because in this life, when we don't use like social media, our friends boycott us that you
Yeah,
don't use this and you don't use this. We are on this and this, and that's why many of Indian kids are affected by this and use social media to copy others.
It's a
That's
very,
true.
very
But if you
important
face
issue
these,
that has been
issues,
raised by
then
her. Sir, I would really like to comment on this because this is absolutely a social pressure nowadays on our kids, on our student, and on our generation. That younger generation are into a very, very in such a societal pressure, and the friends, they are on Facebook, they are on Insta, they're on different platforms, and if you are not aware of those platforms, then you are considered to be non-aware, not techie, not updated person, and they don't they create some kind of barriers, and they can create a lot of pressure on our younger children, by which they, by their own means or their likings or disliking, they get addicted to some kind of social media platforms. So it is a very, very important issue that has been raised here by her.
yeah. I know this is an
Because
issue. At our time, we didn't have social media. We had other issues like bullying and all those discriminations were always there, even in schools and all. So I think I can see these 239 students here. So I kind of want a promise from all of you that you won't bully others. Like, agar unko social media nahi aata, it's okay. Or if they uploaded a photo which is not that great, it's okay. I mean, if you are expressing your views also, you should be very sympathetic to others. So that's very important कि आप किसी और को नहीं करें कोई भी इस टाइप के. And then if you are getting, then report it to your teachers or your पेरेंट्स. बहुत बार ऐसे भी होते हैं कि यू आर गेटिंग इफेक्टेड और किसी को पता ही नहीं है, और आपको बहुत मेंटल डिप्रेशन एंड ऑल दोज इवन एक्सट्रीम स्टेप्स कुछ भी होता है, तो you should not hide it from your parents if you are suffering because of some, because they have more kind of experience in their life, so they will definitely give you some ways to get out of it and then tackle it. So share with some teacher or somebody which you can trust.
I raised this
from your
question
side,
because
you should
I sometimes face this situation in my school because I don't use social media much. My friends say that you are not you're non-techie, you don't know nothing about social media, and like there's a word in a school that's bhondu. You are a big bhondu, then you don't know anything.
those okay, so don't pay attention that much to you. You know that you are a smart girl, and then that's enough. So,
Yeah, my teachers and my parents say that that's just an addiction of this age. For
Yeah.
just focus on your studies and what matters to you.
and this addiction is not only for you people, it's for us also. So like I manage social media. Like personally, I'm an introvert. So for my personal pages, I don't use that much, but I manage like big missions. So suppose I'm running one mission, so I need to check Twitter all the time, every 5 minutes. And then at certain time, it affects my health. And then sometimes I feel like as if my phone is vibrating, but actually it is not vibrating. So those kinds of, some strange issues I face. So many times I distance it from myself, like keep the mobile away for 3-4 hours or something, at least in the weekend or something. So those kind of precautionary measures even we need, and we are taking it. So you people should definitely take it. And then
Okay,
what
sir.
others are
Thank you.
saying, yeah. So that's not very important. What you think about yourself, I think that is most important. And then this you will realize when you reach a age, say 30 or something. And that age, we realize that what we think about ourselves is most important.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Krishna, you want to ask something? Beta?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, Krishna.
Ma'am, I have a doubt that how to download this sample paper.
Krishna, for downloading the sample papers, you just need to go to our website, that is www.cam.res.in. You have your enrollment number.
Yes, ma'am.
So you go to the student login, just enter your enrollment number and your date of birth. And once you log in, you will find a link of sample papers on the left side window on the menu. There are a lot of options. So one of the option is sample paper. You will find the sample paper of your classes. You can download and you can solve this paper.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
I think there were many questions on that sample paper
Sample
thing.
papers.
Chat box, yeah.
Good evening, sir. I'm Mahatmika from Yuva Bharati Public School. So I just have just as Bhumika mentioned before, like even social media, like we are not like that tech series, and we also often get bullied as we are not using so much social media. And also during the recess times, my friends form groups and they be chatting about the memes and reels which they see. But some are like something which is like not for their age, but some speak about kind of like something about gender and some extra things. And these things I can't directly speak to my teacher or my parents. So even I'm like confused like whom to approach to this problem. And like if I directly complain to my teacher, my friends blame me. So it's a big problem for me.
Okay, I think you need to identify somebody. In my case, it was my father. I was very afraid of my mother. So it was easy for me. So ideally, as a hota hai, one of your parents is like more friendly. You love both of them, but you can share something with your one of them. Or school may, at least there is one teacher who is like a friend to you. I mean, ideally, this is not a school, but we teach like MSc students, but I'll try to be a friend with all my students so that they can share their problems with me. I think there are at least somebody in the school which or in many times you have an elder sister or cousin or somebody, many times it's like that also, which you can, but a second opinion. But then again, that has to be very trustworthy, and then some knowledgeable who is a bit elder than you, and then they have some more experience. So that will help you. And personally, you don't think too much, because many times being an introvert myself, we know okay, we face these discriminations, then we keep thinking about all these things, then it affects our mental health, or then because of those things our performance also like suffers. So don't do all those things, take this lightly. I mean, social media is important, but it's not life. So itna won't lena hai seriously. So it's okay.
Sir, and I have another question. Like in some of my friends in my locality, they also play this online games, and they used to tell me that I want this much money like that. So sometimes I also get like, can I also play this, or is it good to play it? I have a confusion on that.
That's on money matters.
Yeah, like online
Yeah,
game.
probably you should not go for those, no, at this age, because you people are not at that age, no, where you can, take decisions also. So I don't think you people should use those stuff,
Thank you so much, sir.
because if those things become addictive, no, then anything can happen, and then you never realize when you like go deep into that, and then become like this, that becomes an addiction. So it's risky.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Sanvi, you have something to ask.
Good evening, sir. Sir, I'm Sanvi and I'm studying in Kendra Vidyalaya. So my doubt is that you mentioned that there is fake news and fake information in the internet, in the social media platforms. So how do we recognize the fake news and all these fake posts and everything?
Yeah, so the source matters actually, from where the news is coming. So you need to look at the source, like say it's NISPER, it's coming from Swastik. So Swastik is NISPER is a known government organization. They won't share any wrong information. So you can trust on that. A leading newspaper, a leading magazines, or some government sites, they won't share wrong information. So you can trust on those. And then if you have any doubts, so this you can rely on. Then there are some sites where you have some doubts whether they're sharing reliable information or not. Then you can probably ask your parent, your teacher, or if there are no options, then probably you can study about that a bit, like do Google it and then check what are being discussed on that. So take a decision. It's very, identifying misinformation is not that easy. Even we get misled sometimes because people make it so realistic, then they will give, proof also with pictures, and then they will upload on Facebook. So it's not, sometimes it's very difficult, but sometimes it's, so at your age, probably you should go to authentic sites, the institutions or organizations whom you can trust, get information from those.
Vaishnav?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, sir. Good morning. I am from AP School. My name is Vishnu. I want to ask that question: which website is best for learning?
Which website is okay?
Yes,
I don't think there is any, one single point answer for that. There are so many platforms, and according to your need, and then whether you are allowed on that platform or not, you have to make a decision.
Because you say that some websites are harmful and cyber crimes.
Oh no, that's not about one particular website. That issue is with all platforms. You have to be very careful when whatever you use online, how much you are revealing or not. So within that website, what are being circulated, you have to be careful with that. But with site, I think there are common pros and cons with almost all sites.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Adyan, you want to ask?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, sir. Sir, it was really great to hear from you. Sir, my question to you is very basic. Sir, like you shared the portal with us to report a cybercrime. Sir, in some situations, the portal doesn't work or internet doesn't work. So is there a number for reporting a cybercrime?
Yeah, they have a number. I don't remember, but I've typed that, link. They have a phone number where you can call and then report.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
I think 1930.
1930, yeah. But again, for all these issues, talk to your parents first. Like, don't escalate it that much from yourself, because these are very complicated issues. This might involve police and all those, So don't do anything like independently. Your parents should know, your teachers should know that way. Everything has to be done under supervision, because if people have not reached that age to take logical, decision on all the, because a lot from your books, but there are some experiences which life will teach you when you grow up. So you need those also for taking a decision, to take help from your parents.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for.
Thank you, sir, for sparing your time and sharing with us such valuable thoughts and showing our lovely audiences here about, and making them aware about the content available in social media and how social media can actually help us in a good and a wrong way both. And of course, I can see there are a lot of questions. I can still see there are more than 14 participants who want to still ask questions from you. So I would ask them to please send us your queries, and I would be glad enough to forward those to Dr. Burman, and he'll be gracious enough to answer those queries for us, and I'll get back to you with those queries. So you can send your queries at camjsc@cam.res.in. The link is shared in the chat box. You can send your queries that you want to ask from this particular session from Dr. Burman, and he'll be answering all your queries since we are at the verge of closing this session. But on behalf of camp, sir, I would really like to thank you for sharing such special thoughts with us, sharing this beautiful presentation and explaining them about Canva, because right now I can see a lot of us are a lot of the young generation is using Canva to post a lot of content on social media. So it is very important for all of us to know what Canva has and offers for us in the field of social media. So thank you, sir, for being with us.
Thank you, ma'am. So this was a learning experience for me also, because I talked to adult or our students, like MSc students. So I had no experience. This is my, I think, first session with kids. So I had no idea what I should share, how much I should talk about, and all those. So I try to keep it very basic. But from that first quiz, I saw that most of them are using social media. So I think at least they will, take that home, carry home message that they should be a bit careful while using social media, and then how they can get more information without any trouble and without affecting their mental health and studies. So if they realize, some of them even also, so this will be a successful interaction. So thank you all.
Thank you. Before we close this session today, I have some informations and announcements for you. As sir has already informed that there is there's a quiz going on, photography contest is going on at CSIR NISPER and at MyGov platform. The links are shared and are available in your logins and also and on our main website. You can go to the main website, and also I would ask my team to share the link in this chat box also, so that they can participate in this particular contents. The last date of registration is, the entries will close on 30th of November. So please, if you want to participate in this contest, please go and submit your entries today. Also, do not forget to like, share, subscribe all of our social media handles for latest updates and announcements of camp. We are bringing a lot of content, lots and lots of sessions and knowledge sharing sessions. We will be organizing quizzes and contests very soon. A lot of information about the upcoming NASTA examination assessment will be made online. So please do not forget to like and share our Facebook, Insta, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter pages to get latest updates and announcements. Also, our next scientific excursion will be announced very soon. So please stay tuned. All the national and state toppers of 2019 and 2020 from the southern region of India will be organizing the next excursion for you. And very soon we are going to launch and announce the next excursion. Nevertheless, we would love to hear your feedback, so then we can keep bringing new and interesting sessions for you. So please fill this quick feedback form, and of course, after this entire workshop, you will once you close this window, you will receive one survey form. So please do not forget to fill that survey form. It will help us to know how we can keep improving our content. You can get the access of interesting podcast, journals, and articles by CSIR and NISPER under your student login. You can visit the website and go to your student logins. And do not forget to join us tomorrow also at 4 p.m. for the next 5th Achievers, the Leaders of Tomorrow episode with Miss Banita Das. She's the youngest astrophysicist, and she has discovered an asteroid. It will be an interesting session to know how she got the opportunity to discover that asteroid, how she discovered it, what all she did, and how it was recognized by the NASA, and how she has been awarded with the highest award of Rashtriya Bal Puraskar by President of Honorable President of India. So please stay tuned, and it is a goodbye from my side. I would now hand over the session to you, Vishakha, for the vote of thanks.
Shakha Coordinator Camp, on behalf of camp team teachers, for being such a wonderful, for taking out time to be a part of this wonderful session and for the inspiring words. Now we will end the session and we will meet soon with another exciting. Thank you, everyone.
Close. There are some issues, I think. You can close, but it's not responding. Sure. What is it? Close. 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 First.